Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in a change from the scheduled episode I had planned for today, because Sarah Ingham has shown me the light. She has shown me that they have been homeschooling all along. There's been education going on in that household, and we were all wrong. So anybody that cares to question the fact, we're going to show just what Sarah has been up to. And yeah, it's a classic. It is a classic, but it does tell us one thing, that there is definite education going on. And let's get right into it. If you have already seen this, you know what's going to happen, but let's go. People need to understand there will always be someone better and worse off than yourself. Now, this is her defense after she purchased those Taylor Swift tickets for her kids, which cost an absolute fortune. And don't get me started on the whole, I can't even afford food right now. Of course, it's horrible the way some people are suffering, but me not... Right, I've got to stop her right there, because for one thing, it's not just some people who are suffering. The majority of people are suffering right now. Even if you have a lot of money, you're generally suffering. But if you were to watch these idiots, you would not think that, because they don't suffer the same sort of things that other people do in general. Of course, it's horrible the way some people are suffering, but me not spending my money and staying home doing nothing isn't going to help them. God damn it, Sarah, you're right. You are absolutely spot on. You staying at home wallowing in other people's self-pity isn't going to help you or your kids. However, you chucking it in everybody's faces is not going to help them either, or anybody else for that matter. Then they come back with, yeah, but you don't have to post it online and show it off. Exactly. You don't have to show... But then it gets even better. And I think she goes a bit off the rails a little bit on this next point, because I don't quite get it myself. Well, I'm sorry, but if you have devices and internet services to allow you to be online, then think yourself lucky instead of moaning about what I have. Oh, Sarah, you're all heart. Us plebeians should be so fortunate. We should count us our lucky stars that we have the internet, right? Because millions of people around the world, they can't even eat, let alone think of having the internet. Well, I'm here to tell you, Sarah, and I don't think you'll know this actually, because you don't venture out of your little bubble ever. But even in third world countries, they have the internet these days, and even the lower end of the lower end of the spectrum also have the internet. Yes, one or two people, more than we would like, do not have the internet, or don't even have basic necessities, obviously. But I'm not sure you would know any of this, because when was the last time you actually ventured outside a swimming pool or a campsite with a swimming pool, or a beach with a pool? Well, the sea. You see what I'm saying, Sarah? It's not quite as in any case, even in this country, especially in this country, the internet is kind of regarded as a necessity these days. People are campaigning for it to be basically included as a necessity, as in the same vein as basic bills. So I'm not quite sure your argument stands up, to be honest with you. But you're still going to sit down and eat dinner tonight, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. We don't think about those insignificant people who can't even eat at night, whilst we sit there with our internet and our phones and we're eating our dinners and stuff like that, we don't give them a second thought. You're right, absolutely spot on, Sarah. You are a genius, as we're about to discover. You're not going to stop your monthly internet payment because not everyone can afford it. Function about hydrogeological at its best. Indeed, everybody, and absolutely indeed, hydrogeological at its best. My favourite part of this is the fact that she's put a my favourite part is that she's put a rolling eyes emoji. Like, it's like, obviously it's hydrogeological. I can hardly even say the word. Jesus. Right, okay. Sarah, you've got me beat. Honestly, you have. Seriously, because I read that and I was like, what does what's the word even mean? Right? Because, okay, not to, toot my own horn or anything, but I consider myself reasonably educated. I'm not top of the tree or anything, but I know words, and I looked at that and I thought, what the fuck? What is that? What is the word? I don't even know what it means. So anyway, I googled it. Hydrogeology is the study of groundwater. It is sometimes referred to as geohydrology or groundwater hydrology. Hydrogeology deals with how water gets into the ground and how it flows in the subsurface and how groundwater interacts with the surrounding soil and rock. That is absolutely brilliant, Sarah. This must be what you're teaching. What is it? Ireland level? Is it? First year high school level? Is that what you're teaching, this one? It's very impressive, Sarah. It's very impressive indeed. Oh my word. Hydrogeological at its very best. I didn't even know what word she was trying to go for. That's how bad it actually was. I don't even know what word it was that she was aiming for. So upon further inspection, upon further investigation, I'm still not entirely sure. It's possible hypocritical is what she was aiming for. I don't know, to be honest. I've no idea. Even if that was a typo, even if it was a phone malfunction, I have no idea how a phone would have altered that from hypocritical to hydrogeological. Maybe Sarah's phone is super advanced than everybody else's, but what the I'm sorry, Sarah, but even Chris thinks you're an idiot. Let's be honest, Chris has probably looked at that by now and thought, Sarah, you fucking idiot. It's not one of those where it's on the vlog and he can edit it out or anything. She's done that without running it past Chris. Without a doubt. Oh my word, that is absolute classic, Sarah. Absolute classic indeed. But you know what's even more worse? You wittering on Facebook about people being hydrogeological. But at this particular time, you're supposed to be at the hospital or getting checked out by a nurse. So you're not. Is that not what's happening? Because earlier in the day or the day before, you had a little question and answer sesh with your iFamarinos, didn't you? Looking for any midwives in the group, weren't you? Just to get yourself checked out. She writes, Dear iFamarinos, Ignore my sexy legs, they are so beautifully smooth and untouched by anybody. But is this normal when I touch my legs? I'm trying to keep them elevated as much as possible, and I don't think I can drink more water than I already am, around 4 litres a day. But my ankles, feet and legs are retaining so much fluid. No headache, dizziness, vision problems, etc. Edited to add, I know it's likely due to the extreme heat, etc. But any tips on getting rid of it? Yours sincerely, Sarah Goddess Ingham. So she goes on to say, any midwives on here? I know a few follow me on Insta, so I might post on there in the hopes of them seeing it until I can speak to someone tomorrow. Somebody replies, I'm an obstetrician and gynae nurse if that helps. So Sarah, they've got you covered, don't worry. But she had an insane amount of people just basically commenting the same sort of thing. Things like, defo get that checked out, can never be too careful with extreme swelling. Like most have said, might be a good idea to have it checked out just to be on the safe side. Get to the pharmacy or see a doctor. I'd definitely get that checked out. See, most people are on the same page here. And a couple were suggesting getting a blood pressure kit to test. And Sarah says, I'll buy a blood pressure kit for sure. Wondering if some compression socks would be good too. And your blood pressure may need checking. Do you have any of those urine sticks to check? And no, she doesn't. Can you buy them? I'll go to the pharmacy tomorrow morning. But then this person replies, you can buy them at the pharmacy depending on where you are. There's many 24-hour pharmacies in Spain. Now, don't be suggesting that Sarah Ingham goes out in the middle of the night to get something which may potentially save her life or potentially save the life of her unborn child. Come on, she needs her sleep. Don't you know? Have you not been watching the Ingham vlogs for all these years? You must know that Sarah Ingham, no child gets in the way of her sleep, right? And then another excellent post saying it's edema. Is that how you pronounce it? Edema. It can be common in pregnancy, normally found in legs, ankles and fingers. I would advise to contact a healthcare professional if it is there at the start of the day and don't go down by the end of the day. During pregnancy, fluid accumulates during pregnancy because of the adrenal glands produce more of the hormones that make the body retain fluids. So I don't know much about any of this myself, so I won't pretend to know it, but some very good posts, some very good replies, some very concerned people saying that she should go and get help and should seek help. This person ends with, I assume you have your E111 card. You can go to a local health facility in Spain to get advice. And Sarah obviously has to reply, yes, we have our health cards and also insurance covering anything pregnancy related. Well, I would hope so. Given that you knew the risks when you left the country, it would be advisable. And then my favourite reply from Sarah. Thanks everyone. I'll call my midwife and see if I can see someone tomorrow. Sarah, you're in Spain. You're in Spain. Do you have a midwife in Spain, do you? Or are you going to call up the midwife back at home, the one that you may or may not have seen so far, and ask her to point you in the direction of seeing a midwife in Spain? I don't get your point anyway. So yeah, she's going to phone her midwife and get an appointment with her midwife possibly in Spain or back in the UK. Who knows? It's Sarah Ingham and she is a law unto herself. Oh wow, have you not thought about coming home, Sarah? As much as I am enjoying the holiday vlogs, you really need to get that checked out. Take care. Sarah starts to go a bit off kilter a little bit with her replies. I'm sorry, but I just can't help but take the piss out. She says, thought about it a few times this week, but we're on our way out of Spain now. Healthcare is just as good here as it is at home, so no point rushing home. I can be seen here tomorrow. Where? Spain you can be seen? Because you just said you're heading out of Spain. Anyway, Spain. I presume she means Spain. Could be Portugal, could be Greece, could be anywhere in the world. So the healthcare may be as good there, if not better. But I shouldn't say better, should I? I really love our NHS, by the way, so I'm not having a dig at anything. So, yeah. I forgot what I was saying now. But, you know, there's no place like home in a situation of a crisis, is there, Sarah? What happens? God forbid, there's something wrong with you. You have to go to the hospital. You can't speak the language. We all know you can't speak the language. You need the best possible care for your child, and if that means going home, then it means going home. But I guess as far as the Inghams go, the show must go on. It's really, really weird how you would run this risk, no matter how small the risk, but to run the risk in a place where you've previously lost a child. I just think that it would be kind of triggering to me, and I'd want to kind of go home and say, no, it's not worth the risk. Let's go home, get checked out and everything. But no, Ingham's no, Sarah, no. Oh, dearie me. And then somebody else says, this looks scary. How worrying. Glad you've had some good advice, but I think I'd be heading home if that were me. The extreme temperatures are not ideal. I hope you can get seen pretty quickly. And Sarah, building up to this huge crescendo of crap. A huge crescendo of absolute insanity. Sarah Ingham replies with the following, and I still can't believe it. We're moving on from Spain now. The heat got too much for all of us. So it's okay, everybody. Sarah Ingham, Chris Ingham, and all the other Inghams, they're moving on from Spain. Panic over. Heat is over. We can all relax. Rest easy now, knowing that they are no longer in the heat-ridden country of Spain. Never mind all the other places in Europe at the moment, which are absolutely insanely hot right now. You've got Greece with their wildfires, Italy, just people are burning up, and I'm not too sure about Portugal. Anybody know about Portugal? I assume that's where they're heading, but the very thought Sarah Ingham actually believes that Spain is the epicenter of the heat, and everywhere around the country. Do they even ever read the news, watch the news? Is mainstream media kind of banned in that household? Do they get their news from? Because I have a feeling the only reason they found out about this heat wave in Spain is because people were telling them in the comments, better go home, it's a heat wave, be careful, it's a heat wave, it's a heat wave, be careful. And eventually they thought, hang on a second, why are people telling us to be careful? We're hot, other people are saying it's hot. Put two and two together, that comes up with we need to get more fans. So yeah, that is their thought process. Never mind the fact that it's all over the news, just how bad it is. It's insanely bad. So Sarah, or Chris, because you're usually the one that watches these videos, Chris, get your kids home. It's not safe. More than that, it's not safe for your unborn child. Take them home. Get Sarah checked out. I don't really care what you say, right? Because at the end of the day, you're talking about your unborn child, and you may say, well, the risks are minimal. Are they really? I mean, you've already had a miscarriage over there in Spain. Sorry to bring it up again, but according to you, you had this miscarriage, right? And I wouldn't be risking it personally. If there's any chance of anything happening to your child, I think that should be the priority. Not, oh, I'm sorry, my other kids might be upset because we're not going to Portugal, or they're not going to get to go in the 15,000th swimming pool of the summer. It's not important enough. What is important is your child. And you know what else? You put all this, Sarah, on social media, asked for midwives, no less, in the IFAM, right, for advice, and they told you to go home, or they told you to get medical advice. What did you do instead of going to get medical advice? You went on and defended your actions and told us all about the hydrogeological all right, okay, I've had enough of this. Right, thank you all so much for watching, listening, and doing whatever it is you're doing. Everybody, never be hydrogeological, and we'll all get on fine. Until next time, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and comment everything you want to comment down below, because I'm here every single day, as you know. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.